What is my guest now, Miss Gail? How you doing?
Hi there.
Good to see you.
Wonderful.
Come over here and sit down. See our people here. I'm glad you came.
Yes, good to see you.
You too. How's it going?
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God is good, huh?
He is. He's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah. Well, I was telling them about you. I
Okay.
told them that that to expect you around 8 o'clock, and
Okay.
so we're going to talk about some of the things you can inform them about buying a brand new house, and what's the difference between maybe buying brand new and resale, and some of the programs you got.
Sure.
So first, let's find out about you. Tell us about you. Tell us some things about you, what you do, and how long you've been in the business, things like that.
Okay. Awesome. So again, I'm Gail Lyons, and I have been in the real estate business for about 16 years. I initially started off on the property management side. I managed property, 256 units, with hundreds of people living in the community.
Wow.
So after being in that position for a while, I started thinking about how it was important of ownership. Kingdom, the Lord wants us to own.
Yeah.
And transitioning from renting and managing property into helping people actually purchase a home was great for us.
Yeah.
And so coming to D.R. Horton, which is a new home builder, which makes so much sense to me. So basically, we help people acquire homes. If you run your credit, we'll find out what you need. We takes all the guesswork out of it. So there's a home buyers program. And what we do is we run your credit, see where your scores are. I know people have a lot of anxiety about it.
Yeah.
And we know that we have challenges. We don't judge you based on what you didn't pay or how long it's been a collection. Instead, we just help you how to address it. We say we need to remove this, or we need to dispute this. You need to pay this off.
Mm-hmm.
It tells you exactly what you need to do. It's only $39 for the family, the household, to enter into this program. You only need a credit score of 540 to get in the program.
Wow.
So it's basically absolutely free. You're just paying for a credit class.
What? So
Yeah.
it's free credit repair.
It basically is. And to me, how there's a lot of third-party folks who have careers in helping people with credit, and I admire all that, and I believe that it has its place. But credit repair is different from just credit repair for mortgage.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you allow a mortgage company to help you tell you exactly what you need to do? Because most of us are just very anxious or have anxiety about what's on our credit report. We're adults. We don't want people to know how much we owe, but it just
Yeah.
comes with it.
Yeah.
Right? And so why not let the mortgage company say, hey, you need this much amount of debt. We need this much paid off to get this amount of house.
Right.
Takes all the guesswork out of
Yeah.
it. So it makes it more manageable and it's obtainable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all all over the city, huh? I mean, D.R. Horton is everywhere.
Yes. So D.R. Horton is a Texas-based company, over 41 years old, and we are located out of Fort Worth, Texas, and in 28 states. So whether you want a townhome, which townhome is what I sell, of course, starting off in the low 200s, it looks just like a home up to 2,033 square feet. We're giving you tons and tons of free stuff. So we can get into that, but it's amazing to see people getting a new home ownership. New home is important because of your warranties, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 10 years structural warranty, you get 2 years mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, and then we're gonna throw in your washer, dryer, fridge, garage door opener, blinds, and then depending on which program, you can probably get like up to $6,000 or $7,000 towards closing. So that just means, y'all, for real, that you come to the table with your down payment.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's down payment assistance too for new homes also, right?
That's right. So down payment assistance, if you're a school teacher, police officer, or just your first time, you have the SETH program, it's TSHAC, and then there's TDSDA. Is that the way the acronym?
Yeah.
There are multiple first-time home buyers programs. So you don't have to worry about if you don't have the money. We'll just you just kind of look and see which program fits your profile. Absolutely. You can walk in the door with almost little or nothing. I mean, literally, you just bring $1,000. That's earnest money, and the same 1,000 goes towards your closing cost. So you're not losing. You got your house.
Wow. Yeah, I just sold one recently with April in Cambridge Falls.
You did.
Yeah, and he ended up getting $1,000 back at closing.
And so the other thing, guys, what he's saying is his client got $1,000 back. One, I can't speak enough about VA loans. VA loans are amazing.
Yeah.
So all you veterans who are contemplating living in a house, an apartment for years. The other day, same story. I met a man, 18 years in an apartment, had never took advantage of his VA loan. Ended up being 100% disabled, so that means he did not have to pay any taxes at all.
Wow.
So he ended up with almost 3,000 square foot house for $1,279 a month.
Principal and interest?
Yes.
Wow.
Principal, interest, and insurance.
What?
Homeowners insurance. I couldn't believe it. I started calling.
Oh, they don't pay taxes then. Yeah.
No taxes at all.
Wow.
But for the ones that aren't disabled yet, but VA loans is zero down.
Yeah.
And then if we're giving you $6,000, $7,000, or $8,000 towards closing, you end up with your money back. Every VA loan that I've ever sold in my life, they either got money back, very low closing costs.
Yeah.
Or credit.
Yeah. I closed with $80
You did?
on my DR Horton.
Yes.
$80.
Yes.
Yeah, $305,000.
I love for $80.
$80.
See, y'all gotta live in. You gotta live in testimony.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a blessing.
It was,
Yeah.
and so this is why home ownership to me has just been like a calling and transition of really informing people, letting people know, hey, it's a biblical concept. The Lord wants us to own a home. It's His will that we have it. If you can dream about it, if you think about it, if it's an idea, if you wanted it, then He wants you to have it.
That's right. That's what I was telling him. It's already something He's done. He's done it already.
Yeah, just walk it out in faith.
You got to go through the process.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a faith walk. Just walking in the office, just inquiring about what I got to do to get a house.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that's all you have to say. And then we would just walk you right through it, but you have to do your first work. You got to get up out of bed or get up from your job or take your lunch hour. I'm going to check out this house. I just want to at least go look at it, get some information, get up out of your seat and go and do it and possess the land.
That's it.
He's given us the power to get wealth. Like you said the other day, Andre, you said He ain't doing it for us, but He gave us the power to do it.
He said He'll give you the ability to create wealth. He didn't say He's going to give it to you. He said He's going to give you the ability, which means most of that is what? In your mind.
It is.
It's a mindset. It's something you got to take action.
Yes.
In order to do. Even if you want a new job, you got to
get up and apply.
You got to do something, right?
Absolutely. And these resources are in place so that we can help you. People are in business so they can be of a help and a resource. This radio show, it's an amazing show. It's informative.
Yeah.
It lets us know things that we had questions about. We don't know what to ask, And so having this information, you're that much more informed. So by today, you should be finding an appointment of going to meet somebody about a home today. At least inquire, do your first work, do your homework, walk in there, get ready, get prepared. If you don't have all your security deposit, you can save it. Your down payment, you can save it. You have 401k you can pull from. Retirement, they don't penalize you for purchasing a home. You go to your loan officer, at least apply for it, get an idea of what the closing costs look like, right? And then you pull from your 401k because they need something saying, hey, I need $8,000. All they need is proof from your loan officer saying, this is what it's going to cost. And in exchange, it's cheaper to borrow from yourself than it is from anyone else.
That's right. They don't penalize you anyway, so
there's no penalty.
Use it for something that's going to build wealth in the future.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself.
It is true.
And that's why I keep saying, don't stop paying your landlord and stop paying yourself.
Absolutely. And you know, when you mentioned landlord, I was thinking, so there are apartments close to across the street from where I sell townhouses.
Mm-hmm.
So a one bedroom is about between 11 to 14, $1,500.
Wow.
And you can buy a 3 bedroom with me for about 1,600. And the interest rates right now, okay, right now, seriously,
Yeah.
so right now, seriously, is the time to buy. 3.2 interest rate, 3.5. We haven't seen these rates, maybe at least a couple years. It's been
a few years.
Yeah.
It's been threes, period.
Yeah. So you talk about being able to get more house for your money. This is the time.
That's what y'all offer, right? 3.25%?
Yes, DR Horton, we are definitely offering. They put, the company bought so much points down. It's like a bucket. As soon as that money runs out, then the interest rates go back to wherever they were.
Yeah.
But for right now, you have to say now, today is the time to buy. Today is the time to apply. Today is the time to bring my money in and see what I need to do to get a house.
Yeah. And I was telling them too, I was reading them actually the scripture, do your planning and prepare your fields before building your house. That's Proverbs 24:27. So I said, you got to prepare. You got to plan and prepare and get ready to do something, do that, because, it's not always just waiting on something to happen. It's like, I'm waiting on God to do something.
Yes.
When he's saying you got to plan and prepare and then build your house.
Yes.
Right.
And the Bible says that he blessed the work of our hands. So that means that while you're building and planning, meaning while you're coming to inquire to see what I need to do, planning, while I'm running my credit to expose whatever needs to be fixed. It's like going to the doctor's office. This is why they run tests, MRIs, right? They do cardio. What is it for the heart?
Cardio.
It's the EKGs, right?
Yeah.
And CAT scans. Those are all to expose what's going on the inside. Pulling credit is doing that. It's preparing. We're just going to unfold and see what your life looks like. We're not judging you. We just want to fix it. And if you start looking at preparing as not a bad thing, it's like cleaning your house. You got to get in the corners, sweep the corners. You got to mop the floor. And it's the same thing about preparing. We're getting these things ready so that we will be ready in 6-7 months maybe. And sometimes for people it's 45 days. But preparation is so important. We can't just walk and act like we're ready and we haven't put our work in.
Yeah, because it's something you gotta. It's planning. It does take some planning.
It does.
I agree. It does take some planning because it's not something you can always just jump into, because this is one of the most expensive things you're going to ever buy.
It is. And it happens overnight and not over time is what I normally tell people. But if you're walking it out, say for instance now, right? This is summer, dead summer. But by Christmas, wouldn't it be nice to have a house?
Oh.
I mean, really.
Thanksgiving.
You can pull, right. You go in Thanksgiving morning, talk about, God, I thank you because I did not know I would end up here today.
That's right.
So I think if we just decide, it's a mindset. Renters have a certain mindset and home ownership is another. If you're tired of renting, right? And you're tired of the maintenance fees, if you're tired of not getting anything back, home ownership is the key. It's a key to ownership, and it's a kingdom principle.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Yeah.
I love that. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand. That is just something that we, it's something God wants us to have. He wants us to own something. He can bless us more when we own things, because anything with that mortgage, he could pay it down. He can get somebody to pay the mortgage for you.
Yes.
He can increase the value of your home.
Yes.
He can increase your wealth through that house. But if you don't own something, how you gonna
you don't have access.
Yeah, exactly.
How can you have access to equity when you can't own a home?
You paying the other man's.
Yes.
He's making him rich.
It is. You're paying. I tell people who rent a house or rent period that you basically paying someone else's mortgages.
Yeah.
So why not get out of your situation of paying someone else's mortgage, break your lease, and come on and buy your own house?
Pay that reletting fee and move on.
And oftentimes, realtors, Andre, I mean, they have all these programs lease buyout. You're not stuck in your lease just because, oh, I just signed another lease. Yeah, good. Okay, we got folks who buy leases out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
60-day notice, maybe $1,500, depending, I don't know, depending on where you live. It's a 60-day notice in some form of a fee, and someone will pay it for you.
Yeah.
Lease buyout programs.
I've had people break them anyway. They end up on their credit, but after the fact. After they moved in, I wouldn't suggest that, but that's how bad they wanted to get out of rent. They wanted to break their lease.
Yeah.
They broke the lease after they bought the house. They may have ended up on their credit, but they got the house. And they can get somebody to remove the eviction and everything too, but
what I try to do personally, just as a sales agent and from a kingdom principle, I do try to prepare. We talk about preparation because we know you're going to break a lease. We need to address that as much as possible so it doesn't go in there. Now I respect, and he's right. You should go ahead and do what you need to do to get in your home, but let's talk about how we can prevent being in your credit.
Yeah.
Because once you buy a home, your credit score goes up significantly.
And you apply for cards and stuff, and they'll give you anything no more. Because they see you own something, you're paying something on a regular basis.
It's true. It is so true. I mean, I love really helping and giving people what they need. It's life-changing. The relationships that come through a purchase in a home is generational. Once you purchase a home, then your cousin will be looking, or your brother, and then your aunt, and then it just, this is a lifetime relationship. It's not just about us selling a home. We really want to be there for you and your family and your kids, your next door neighbors, your co-workers. We spend more time with them. So everybody knows that you're buying a house. So we love to absolutely help you.
And I feel good. I know you do too.
Yeah.
When they close and they happy and everything is finished, it's like
that new scent.
Yeah, it's like, man, I had a part in that, to get them to this place, it's like, it's a sense of accomplishment for me, It's not about money all the time. It's just to see people happy,
not at all.
To finish a goal that they had. I was part of their goal they had.
Yes, and oftentimes as kids, depending on where you come from, I remember being a little kid, couldn't wait to get my own house. Just looking around, looking at different rooms and saying, oh, I love to have that. Driving through neighborhoods saying, oh, I like to have that. Oh, no, I don't want that color brick. No, I want this yard, So that seed, the Lord plants it in you because he wants you to have it. He says that he gives us the desires of our heart.
That's right.
So it's not, the desire isn't always just the manifested piece of what you're looking for, but sometimes it just starts with your desire, your want to, what do you acquire? What do you aspire? So if you allow that seed to be planted and continue to water that, then you will see that house at the end of the day. Yeah. Because he plants it in you, and then you keep walking it out and you keep preparing. And next thing you know, that fun, beautiful home is sitting, you have acquired the house you've been looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the desire and that seed that comes from him. Yeah, that's something he put in us to want. So if you are dreaming or you just got this desire that just won't go away, that's God pulling on you to do something. He wants you to get this, but you gotta take the steps to get it. Yes, right. You gotta find out what I need to do. How to get prepared and. Talk to the right people. I already told you, if you really committed to this, I'll commit myself to them. I'll commit myself to people that really commit themselves to doing this. Yeah. I got people in place that I can ask, people such as you. If they want to buy a new house, I'll bring them out there to you and see what you can do to help them. If they want to do that credit repair class, that's something I'll bring them out to you or have them call you or something. Absolutely. And try to get some more information on it because I don't know everything. So I always want to meet people that I can, be a resource, help me be a resource for me and for them. Absolutely. So that way, we can keep it all going. We ain't got to have no hiccups. We ain't got to have no stoppage. Go from them to this, and eventually it's gonna. it's gonna all work out.
It does. And this whole relationship building and rapport as it relates to a sense of community, being able to, I look at this as even how doctors, the primary care physician, once you go to your initial doctor, right, you get diagnosed and they say, no, that's not my expertise field. And it's okay.
Yeah.
So if you have a problem with your foot, you go to the foot doctor. If you have a problem with your eye, you go to the optometrist. And so the same thing as it relates to this field of work. We don't have all the answers, but we definitely have resources that have answers. And sometimes that's the beauty of building these relationships and rapport with realtors and builders and loan officers and appraisers. And so it's a one big community that it takes for us to do it.
Yeah.
So if you have the patience to be able to walk through all this process, you'll see it all the way through.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of moving parts in order to make home ownership happen for them.
Yeah. And what about what are y'all doing for people out there? You're in Brazos, right? You're out there in Rosenberg.
Yes, I'm in Rosenberg, Brazos Town Center.
Yeah.
It's the villas. They are townhomes. I'm semi-closed down. I probably got about another 22 houses left.
Okay.
Beautiful. So right now what we're doing is we're giving you 3.2 or 3.5 interest rate, right? And then we're giving you washer, dryer, brand new refrigerator. The house comes with a stove, microwave, dishwasher. We'll throw in a garage door opener. And then one of the fun things I like is the smart houses.
Oh yeah.
The smart house. I can't say enough about the smart house.
What is that? Tell them what the smart house is.
So the smart homes are probably similar to what people consider like Vivid or Ring. So basically, Alexa, you get a small Alexa dot and the big one. And then you have, so when people come to your front door, there's something called Skybill. So right now, while I'm at the radio station, I can actually just look at my phone and say, someone left a package at my door. Or when they ring the doorbell, I can say, oh, go ahead and leave it at my front door. So especially when you guys, most of us live away from home most of the day, we're away from work, but you can answer the door as if you're already there. You can ask people to leave packages. The other thing I like is the keyless entry.
Yeah.
So if you want folks to come to your house, you know how people come to your house and they beat you and you got to wait for them in a hot, smoldering car. Well, you can unlock the door and let them in the house. They don't have to have the key, and they definitely don't have to have your code. And you can let them sit in there and wait. Or if your kids lose their key, you can let them in the house without having to drive all the way from your job and unlock the door for them like we do old school. We don't have to do that anymore. We control them all from the app from your phone.
That's cool.
So the smart home is absolutely, it's already installed.
I ain't even got that. I ain't got nothing smart enough.
Well, you should get a smart home. No, it's really exciting because when you come home late, then there is a plug that we have that you can plug in your lamp. So I can control my phone. If I come home like at 9, instead of coming home to a dark home, I'll already have my lights on before I get there.
Get out of here.
Yeah, smart home.
Yeah. You gonna make me want some of that stuff.
Oh my goodness, I can't. I'm
none
telling
of that stuff.
I'm telling you, don't you spend most of your time away?
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be nice to see what's going on in front of your front backyard? Just keep an eye on it every now and again.
That's true.
And I'm telling you, really, our lives are just so busy, and our houses have conformed to our lifestyle.
Man, I didn't think about all that, but that is some good. That is something to look into. It's
great incentives. I mean, really, because if you had to install all of that, it would cost hundreds of dollars to do it.
Yeah.
Hundreds. So again, 3.2 interest rate, 3.5 interest rate, depending on if it's a conventional loan versus FHA.
What's the credit score requirement? So
you probably need to be we've seen it run for 560, 590, 600s. Because it's based on your debt and income. Typically, to get a loan and go pass through is about 600 to 620, right? But we've seen them run lower than that. Yeah, I've seen 580. Yeah. So FHA. Oh yeah, because FHA isn't as stringent as conventional loan. But the good thing about conventional loan, which I have, is that your PMI,
Yeah,
your
mortgage
private,
insured.
yeah,
Principal mortgage insurance.
yeah. So over time, you will not have to pay it.
And what about closing costs? Y'all helping with that too?
Oh, absolutely we are. What do you need? Okay, we can give you 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, depending on the house, because right now we're having an inventory sale. So they want to get rid of the homes that are already completed. Remember, we're a new home builder, so everything you have is brand new, but sometimes the houses get completed and they're waiting for you to come buy them. So we have discounted and giving you more towards closing costs for those houses.
Wow. So give us an example of what y'all got out there as far as the price and the square footage, and like one of the homes you got finished right now that y'all trying to really just get rid of, you know.
So we have a house, say for instance, for you single folks who may not want a whole lot of space. There's a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, high ceiling, about 20 feet high, about 7 natural light windows, a backyard with a wrought iron gate. Like I said, 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath with a desk area upstairs for storage, or if you're a teacher, if you work from home. It'll run you about $204. So we're talking about $1,500 payment maybe, you know, depending on your credit score.
Yeah.
That house is available. And then we have a larger house, which is our Venice, 2,033 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, huge house, open layout. That house can run you probably about $235.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Still.
Is that master down too?
So in our homes, we only have one floor plan that has a bedroom on the first floor. It's called a Laguna. Because it's townhouses, they didn't put any masters on the first floor.
That's right.
They're all upstairs on the second. But it's only 2 levels. It still feels like a house. The good thing about it is there's a firewall in between you, because people ask a lot of times, okay, can you hear anything? So one of my clients the other day, he brought a bass and put it on the second floor and turned the music up, subwoofer, and then he went to the next house and he couldn't hear. He was like, I'm sold. I was like, good.
Really?
So there's a firewall from the ground all the way to the roof, and then there's about 6 inches of insulation in between us. So really, you can't really hear anything. I mean, I'm there for 6, 7, 8, 9 hours, right? And oftentimes I don't hear anything. Only time I hear is like when someone is closing the door, they're getting ready to leave. But other than that, I wouldn't know anybody's next door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's exciting.
I did a video of them too.
You did?
I did a Facebook Live right in front of one of the models.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
I did one and tried to show them what it looked like and stuff like that. But they are really nice though.
It's beautiful. So the wood front door with the glass, and there's tile floor and there's tile backsplash. Then the 42-inch cabinets with the under cabinet lighting. So when we're talking about details in the house, a lot of times when you build a home, it can cost, it's upgrades, tile upgrade, backsplash upgrade, underlight cabinets upgrade, refrigerator, granite countertops. All those will be upgrade. One thing I really do love about working for D.R. Horton is that it's all inclusive. The design center has already pre-selected things. It keeps the anxiety out of building, right? Mm-hmm. And then because sometimes if you picked a tile on the floor and then a backsplash, you really kind of don't know what that would look like. Seriously. Yeah. You really need somebody to kind of paint that picture. But because it's your own, when you buy your house, I tell people all the time, make it your own, paint the walls.
That's stressful too. Going out to the design center and picking all that stuff. You got to pick the doorknob.
It is.
Pick the
backsplash.
Carpet. You got to pick the carpet color. Plus, you got to pick the padding one. Plus, you got to match it with everything. The tile.
Yes.
And, I mean, every little detail. You be out there. Sometimes you got to be out there 2 days just to go out there and pick everything.
It does. And then this is the other thing. You have to pay half the deposit to get all that stuff.
Yeah. In case you don't work out, they got to sell the house the way it is. The way you designed it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times in terms of saving, because a lot of first-time home buyers purchase houses now, is that I think at the end of the day, it's better to change things over time.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you sit in the house and see what you really want your color schemes to be and kind of let it be your own, everything doesn't have to be in a hurry. Sit there, marinate, let it soak in, rejoice, be thankful, and not try to get everything at one time.
Yeah. At least get the asset first.
Yes.
Then you can tinker with it once you
Yes.
in
And then as you put more into your house, we're talking about things you can write out for your taxes.
Increasing the value of it too.
Yes,
I put tile
absolutely.
floors I took the DR carpet out of my bedroom, put tile wood laminate in there.
Oh,
And
nice.
it just looks better.
What color?
Brown. It's like a brown. I put it, I kind of kept it a brown, but
Like the darker brown?
Yeah.
That's pretty.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And so
It
it just
makes it
kind of
look-
just makes the whole room look bigger,
It does.
and it'll, if I decide to sell it, it'll probably be a catching point for people, to see
It
that
will.
in their, in the bedroom and in the closet, and, carpet, it's just kind of, I don't like carpet that much, but
No, I get it.
some people do,
I get it. And it does have a nice smooth feel when you go to that laminate.
Mhm.
And then carpet gives a balance of when we come out the shower, we want our feet to feel flush,
Mhm.
plush when we walking out with no shoes.
But that took 3 years, it wasn't something I just did right away.
Smart.
It took time for me to decide to do it and,
Yeah,
get the money together to do it.
absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
it was something over time I just, decided to do. So it was just getting the asset, getting the house, then I can, kind
Yeah.
of tinker what I want
Yeah.
to.
Over time, not overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the other thing too, I was gonna say, I just thought about is people's payments when they make their payments to their house.
Yeah.
This is something I tell a lot of buyers, when you first get your house, your payments typically due on the first. If you bought a house right now, your house would be due, your first house payment, you would close on August
Yeah.
19th, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But your first payment isn't due until 30 full days after you close, right?
It'll be October, huh?
So October 1st, right? So this is what I tell people. In between that time, make a payment. And the reason why, because most folks have a lot of anxiety about buying, right? But once you get ahead of the game, go ahead and make a full payment by October 1st. And then by October 1st comes, now you can start making half payments every 2 weeks or however often your payment is. So the bank typically gives you, around 15-day grace period. My bank gives me about 16-day grace period.
Mhm.
I make mine every 2 weeks. I make mine bi-monthly, and it keeps me ahead. It keeps my anxiety down. You to know that my payments are already
You
made.
pay the house off quicker too, right?
Yes, because they said that one payment, from what I understand from talking to mortgages loan officers, if we make one extra payment a year, it'll take 5 to 7 years off of the 30-year
That's what I
mortgage.
heard too, yeah. Mhm.
So I'm trying to muster up a
But
way.
it's even quicker. It's even quick too if you do it every 2 weeks. I
Yeah.
guess it's quicker because that interest, you're not paying as much interest.
Yeah,
When you do it every 2 weeks.
every 2 weeks automatically gives you an extra payment, because isn't it it's July and is it October that has 5 months? Because remember that 5 weeks, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so
31. Yeah.
So those months that you get paid 3 times, if you look at it, y'all, that's basically your extra payment,
Mm-hmm.
and you didn't even realize it.
Yeah. That's a good. I didn't think about that either. I didn't
So
not making that one payment when I didn't.
yeah,
That.
it just takes the anxiety. So this is why, like I said, we love to help, because home ownership, we want you to get in your house. It's not just about us selling it. We want you to stay in it. So
Yeah.
these are some of the things that we do our own sales. That's why I love, that we're sharing stories, because these are real life stories. This is what we do for our own families, our own households,
Yeah.
and it definitely helps to have that bi-weekly payment.
And I told him, I said, that changes your whole life. It's a cliche that people use a lot, but buying a house, it'll change your whole life. You'll think different.
Yes.
You feel more secure.
You
You
do.
feel more, you're a part of, you got something,
You do.
you're a part of something now. You're not just so, you're not just kind of going through the motions or going, feel like you in the wind sometimes, because you keep bouncing from this place to this place to this place.
It brings
and you have no
stability.
stability.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, it does. I was thinking about that. It changed. I think it gives you the confidence as an adult. I think it shows responsibility.
Yeah.
I think it gives you, I can't say enough about equity, because if you get in a crunch, right, you can always go borrow from yourself, from your home.
Yeah.
If you need to do a refinance, if you need to do some upgrades, it's another place, another source, another asset. And for some, maybe your only asset, to be able to borrow from yourself and have some cash in your pocket.
Yeah. Pay for kids' tuition,
Yes.
I was telling them you can maybe help your kids go to college, or if you want to go back to college.
Absolutely.
You can look into borrowing that money to help build your wealth, build more, get educated so you can make more money.
That's true. And you can pay your house off soon.
Yeah.
A resource.
Yeah. Give it to your children, pass it down, or get somebody to pay your mortgage, pay the rent, and you go buy something better.
That's true. And so that's when you said that, I was thinking about legacy, how the Bible says that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children.
Mm-hmm.
And for some of us, this is the beginning of legacy.
Yeah.
It's being able to leave something behind for your child. So if you're 21 working, if you're 25 working, 35 working, you should be thinking about buying a house at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Get something. It don't have to be something huge and elaborate, but a lot of homes that are smaller really do still have a lot of character to them.
Yeah.
And you start off there with the intention of knowing this is not going to be my last house. I'm buying this house with the intention of being legacy minded.
Yeah.
Right? Again, a kingdom principle, because we need to leave things behind. How many times do we have funerals and things that nobody can afford to have the funeral service? Collecting money from families and trying to figure out how we're going to do this.
GoFundMe and stuff.
Yeah, GoFundMe account.
I ain't knocking up, but
no, but
again,
we talk about preparation. Yeah. So we want you to think about raising your expectation and what the Lord really has put in us to do.
And that's what I said about the millionaire mindset. It's just something that I want people to start thinking big, think outside the box, think increase, and just don't stop looking like right here.
Yeah.
Being content.
Yeah.
Think greater, think big.
Absolutely.
And even if you got to start small, that's okay. You get in the game a little, so to speak. You get your feet wet or whatever, and then you go as time goes on. You get more and more.
Yeah.
You never know how God will promote you.
He does.
How He gonna increase you.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I agree with you. He's making you, if you're faithful over a few, He'll make you ruler over many.
That's right.
That means you do the best that you can with the small things you have, and He'll increase it. I mean, I'm a witness. We're from Cincinnati, Ohio. We didn't know anybody in Houston, Texas, or we had a good friend that was here, the pastors. But outside of that, it really just was a faith move coming here. I mean, when we came, I worked at T-Mobile part-time. Thank God for them. I mean, they were amazing. Well, I was faithful over my few part-time jobs of my transition, and then end up transitioning into selling homes in a matter of less than a year.
Yeah.
And so we talk about exponential growth and just how God has really blessed us to a place that we can be a blessing to so many other people. We get cash at 2-3 o'clock in the morning because people, needing help.
Yeah.
But it has put us in a position where we're able to do it. We're able to give. You're able to help. You're able to not worry about all your survival bills. And I call survival bills gas, electric, insurance, car note. But the blessing of the Lord maketh rich, and He addeth no sorrow to it.
That's right.
So I'm saying that all this millionaire mindset, whatever you think is what you'll become. It starts with your mind first. If you see yourself wealthy, you see yourself in a great place, and you're in that job every day, and whether you are working maintenance or whether you are CEO of a company, He elevates us, and you see yourself there, you'll get there.
Yeah. And it's amazing what God will do if we really, if we would think different, because it says that we should renew our minds.
Absolutely.
So renewing our minds means we got to think different. We got to think another way.
Yeah, and because he says, whatever you keep your mind on good things, things that are pure, things that are happy, things that bring good report.
Yeah.
And it's important that we keep we have a lot of things that we're up against in our society. I happen to be one of those type of persons that think the glass is half full.
Yeah.
I recognize in all honesty that the glass is empty, but I have to deal with what I have to deal with, what's left over. And if we learn to just be able to move past things, it will often help us in the next phases of our life.
Yeah, and that's why I say anything good that happens for us is going to be a challenge. You're going to have challenges.
Oh yeah.
Anytime you want to do
Sacrifice.
something better to yourself or something good, it's just going to be something that's going to want to deter you or stop you from doing it.
Absolutely.
And that's when we got to move past that. We got to get past that point.
Yeah.
And we can, you'll still see the progress.
Absolutely.
If you stop, you're stopping where you were going to go or what God wants to give you.
Absolutely.
And now you'll never see the real fruit of what you could have had. Had you just kept going a little bit longer.
Sure.
And this is what I want people to. That's why I want people to be afraid to talk or ask questions. Because asking questions it shows that you are wanting something better.
Absolutely.
But if you don't ask questions, then people don't know, or you don't even feel like you are you're not in a position to get it because you don't know anything. Fear is fear and ignorance go together. Mm-hmm. When you're scared, most times because you're ignorant.
It's true.
Because you don't know nothing. You don't know enough. You don't know what to do next.
That's true.
So that's when we get fearful.
Absolutely. Fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
And that's why when we talk about purchasing a home, that you take a step, that you make the initial action by inquiring. Just walk in the office, talk, call. My phone number, 513-328-2233. That's my cell number. You can call me and I'll tell you what you need to do, how you need to get started, refer you to who you need to. Again, individually, do we have all the answers to the questions? We don't. But we have all the resources that we need in order for you to get a house. That's what's the important.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. If I didn't go out there and meet these people, it would be hard for me to tell them, to work with me, because now I'm trying to do it all on my own.
Absolutely.
And God has blessed me to meet a lot of people that can do a whole lot of things that I just don't have time to do. I don't have time to fix people's credit.
Yes,
I just don't have the time to do
It's consuming, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't have time to do every aspect of a deal, because I just don't have the time.
Absolutely.
So God gives us people that got different gifts.
He does.
In order to be able to accomplish one goal.
Yeah.
For a lot of things.
Yeah. So the scripture that talks about there are many members, but yet one body.
That's right.
So the elbow doesn't do what the foot does. The foot doesn't do what the eye does. The elbow doesn't do what your eyebrow does. It's there to protect us, a filter. So if we all look at our different gifts, he's a minister and he sells, he's a real estate agent. I sell homes as well, but we connected to credit people and mortgage people and insurance company. Mm-hmm. So this is how we're all working together for the same goal at the end. Yeah. So that's the exciting part about this.
It is. And I love meeting new people. I love to find out, not just to find out what they can do for me, but just to be able to, find out who they are and, how we can benefit and help each other, because I can be a resource to them also, it's in some type of way. So, it's just good giving back, it's just reciprocal, it just comes back around,
around, but
you gotta just
planting those seeds.
Yeah, you gotta keep planning and keep planning and prepare.
Plan and prepare. And it's funny when you said that, because I met a lady, we were just in conversation, just talking about life. And she told me she had a venue where if we want to have events, we can definitely have it at our new spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, here go another place that we can host an event, a home buyers class, just Q&A, touch base. And so what you're saying is absolutely true. If we're just out talking with other people and finding out what they need, people volunteer, and there are other resources that you didn't know before, and you didn't have before the conversation.
Yeah, and if you really talk to people, most people, not everybody, but most people are willing to help.
Oh yeah,
other people. Without being,
that human nature.
Or, they just want to be a blessing to somebody.
We do. We
volunteer.
Absolutely, I'm with you.
So I know a lot of people like you that will just pour out into people and just tell them, and don't be feeling like, I can't tell you everything. You might try to get better than me, or I don't want you to have more than I got, or it's not even about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about helping people get to another level.
It's true.
Another dimension in their life. So they can feel a sense of accomplishment, like we felt when we got our house.
Oh, absolutely. And one of the reasons why I've been very adamant and very passionate about selling homes, when my husband and I were looking for a home, people weren't very cordial. They didn't ask us were we prepared. They didn't ask us were we pre-approved. They asked us were we pre-approved, but they didn't help us to get there.
Mm-mm.
They just let us look at the house and kind of walk around and look around. I'm like, no, is someone going to ask me? And so that was the reason why I've become so passionate, because I know when people walk in the door, people say, oh, I'm just looking around. Well, if you're looking around, then you have that seed that's been planted in you, but you really want to buy. So that's why I learned to ask questions, say, okay, which house do you like?
Yeah.
You build rapport, because it makes sense. We don't drive all the way to the other side just to look at a house if you ain't interested.
That's right.
There is some form of planting of a seed that you have not fully come
some
to the
desire
place.
that you got.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've learned to just say, hey, whatever we need to do, we need to help you, and we'll do it.
Yeah.
And that's the blessing of salvation, being able to plant that seed in people and be able to get the harvest back. I look at people as planting seeds in all different places, because God will bless me. He has continued to bless us over and over and over again. And the more we bless, it's not really about the money. It's really about the seed and harvest.
Yeah.
Because we want that return to come back.
Right.
Not just for us, we want to see it for other people.
Yeah. And He'll give you more when you give more. And
Absolutely.
Not necessarily money, but if you give you give more of something of yourself to people, you get more. And what you end up getting is probably going to be more, because you're going to meet more people along the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
More resources, more things that more wisdom, just more things that can help yourself grow along the way to help even more people.
Absolutely. I love that. It's you're definitely a walking testimony of that, because that's why I'm here, because you planted a seed.
Yeah, a seed. And that's why I think the seed is everybody's got their part. I may not be able to do everything.
Nope.
So you do your part, I do my part. It's just like in church, or in Christian walk. This pastor may have this time for a season, then you may need to go somewhere else to get something else get planted into you. And everybody's got their little part to help you become the whole flower.
It's
bloom
true.
The way you're supposed to.
It's true. I liken it to elementary. We start off at elementary, we ended up going to middle school, and then we transitioned to high school on to a collegiate level. Not everybody, not everybody has the same gift. We plant seeds. We water seeds, but God gives the increase.
Yeah, right.
So we all do our own part, and then here we are, here today, to be able to talk about this level in which we have received the blessing of home ownership and the Christian walk and salvation, and walking this thing out with people. And to me, it's just been amazing to see this entire thing come up.
And I thank God that I thank God He allowed me to be able to do this, in this way, because this is where my gift is to teach people and to help people not just in real estate, but, just in the ways of God, the kingdom, how it works, prosperity, increasing, just changing their mindset. That's the stuff I want to help people to understand. Real estate is just one part or aspect of that.
Oh yeah, it absolutely is. But 90% is building the rapport.
Yeah.
And finding out and building relationships with people, because you can't sell a house if you don't know the people.
Yeah.
And it's my philosophy and that's why I look at it as, just like you have this informational session of Millionaire Mindset, it's basically informing people how and what they need to do.
Yeah.
And then people begin to walk it out and they trust you along the way because you show yourself to be trustworthy. And next thing you know, folks are calling you and say, hey, Andre, what do I do to need to get a house now? It works that way because they can see that you're genuine.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, it's all, it's all for the kingdom, and it's all to be able to help other people. I'm not doing it for money. I thank God, I can get something from that, but that's not the main reason we doing what we do.
Oh no, because it's countless hours.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sacrifice. It's giving up family events and working 9, 10-hour days and driving across the other side of the town and walking to closings, and it's so many other things.
There's so many details that go into
it,
especially the transaction itself. So many times of the essence, we like to say.
It is.
It's time, things got to be done on a certain time, or they'll just, they just won't work.
It's true. And what do you think it looks like for the buyer? What they should expect for closing? What does that look like for them? You think?
Oh man, they're excited. Okay. They're excited when we get to closing. They're excited, and they just can't wait to get the keys in their hand. It's like, just a sense of accomplishment. It's done. I did it.
Okay.
I did it. Even after all this stuff. And I was telling them earlier too about, the lender might kind of, get on your nerves sometimes. You might just start picking on stuff in the credit and stuff. And find out what's this and what's this and why is this. But in the end, you feel like, man, it was worth it. I almost gave up with buying mine. I got tired of them. I got tired of these people and kept on finding something wrong all the time. This, and you got, this is this, and why you got this on there, and I don't know. We can do it now because this. I mean, but it was in the end. Now I feel like hey,
it's all worth it.
It's all worth it, but it was just a mess.
Well, so this is the thing, though. The underwriter's position is to show that you can afford to buy a house.
Yeah.
And so they unpeel all the layers of our life story until they get to the answers that they're looking for. And everybody gets exposed. This is a whole roller coaster that we all ride. I tell people, I say, the Bible says he's no respecter of persons. I feel the same way about when it comes to loans.
That's true.
Because we all go through like, my goodness, do they want us to have a house or not? But if we just understand that they just basically want us to tell their story, and they ask the same questions multiple times, to make sure we're not covering anything, and to make sure that you won't default really on your loans. You can afford this house, because really, if you think about it, they're doing us a favor. Remember, because we're so scared to buy it in the beginning. Yeah. They want to make sure that you're sure about your sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Because by the time you paid everything off and you remove your debt, they just want to say, oh, now we can give you your money now.
Yeah. Because they don't want the house anyway.
No.
They want the interest. They don't want the house. That's how they're going to make their money.
And they want you to keep paying. Keep paying the house note.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too. They, I tell people, too, that, if you go borrow somebody $200,000-$300,000, you going to make sure they can pay this money back. You borrow, pick and ask questions. You're going to do everything you got to do, all your research and everything, to make sure these people can pay this money back to you, because, that ain't no chump change.
Well, that's what I tell people about credit. So my mindset has really changed about credit. If you turn on a light switch, if you use your cell phone, if you bought furniture, why don't you think that you owe people their money? And if we can get the mindset of, I use the service. I use the product.
Mm-hmm.
Give them their money. Because if you really think about it, if you don't pay them back, that's really stealing. I'm not talking about when our money goes get funny and we can't afford to buy certain things, but when we just allow our credit to go down, we're just basically saying, yeah, I got this, but I ain't gonna pay for it. So when you realize the importance of paying whoever you owe, then your credit will change. Because your mind has changed. I owe it. I had a conversation with someone the other day. She had a $700 bill. And I said, well, ma'am, did you use the services? She said, I did. I said, the medical services, right? She said, I did. I said, well, why don't you just go ahead and pay it? She said, you're right. I said, this is keeping you from buying your home. I said, it's only $700. It's keeping you from your home. She said, okay, that makes sense. I said, even if you call them, settle with them. If it's $700, maybe they'll pay $350, $200, just whatever. Just get it, settle it, and walk away from it. Now it's finished. You know,
that's a good information.
We have to change our mindset. If we change our minds, we change our life.
Yep, that's right.
You know, so I am so about let's change. And if you need to, just like you said, Andre, before, ask the questions and ask the hard questions. I mean, the questions that you are embarrassed about. It's okay to talk about credit. It's okay to talk about your income. It's okay and for sure know how much you make. Because sometimes when people do applications, they really don't know how much they make. They don't know how much their overtime is. And so anything extra that you do, if you've been working 2 years and you've been working overtime 2 years, and you got a side part-time job that you've been working for 2 years, they want to count all that money because that's your income that's coming in.
And you know, that's a good, good information for people to know. Because, you know, there's always a way. That's all I want people to know. There's always a way if you really want to do it.
Absolutely.
And so, it's about changing your mindset, like she said, and hopefully, you'll get to the point where you just, enough is enough. Let me go on and do this. Let me go on and find out what I need to find out. Just get tired right now. I was telling them earlier about living in an apartment and all that stuff. And it's just, some people got 4, 5 kids, 3, 4 kids, 5 kids in an apartment, and you got people upstairs, downstairs, side of you,
both sides.
And I lived in one, and there was a lady doing witchcraft right across from us. She was burning candles and doing all this other stuff.
Wow.
Get out of there. You just never know who you're going to be around,
It's true.
You go outside, your car door is dinged up, and somebody dings you, and the twist off ain't even paying
it is
no
so
mind.
True. Absolutely.
So this is when, you just got to get your own, and just find out what you need to do. If it didn't work last year, that's okay. If it didn't work the year before, that's okay. But you got to get around people that's going to commit themselves to you. If you be committed, we'll be committed for you. Okay. And we'll make sure that you get to the end goal.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Gail, for coming.
Thank you for
I appreciate you coming.
Yes.
Y'all go see Gail. She's at Brazos Town Center off in Rosenberg, over there by the town center, off 59 and 762. And she'll definitely, help you with the home buyer process. Like she says, they got almost free credit repair. You pay $40, is pretty much it. $39, right?
Yes, for the household.
$39, right? And you can get them $6,000-$7,000 towards closing.
Absolutely.
You can,
down payment assistance.
I mean, she can help you get into a house, and you can be in there before Thanksgiving for sure. Huh?
We could, absolutely. Come see me. I'll help you.
And she knows some people, so please call her. Let's give them your number again.
It's area code 513-328-2233.
Okay.
It's Gail.
All right. And if you need any more help or any questions about real estate, please call me. 832-883-0375. You can reach me on Facebook, on my business page, on my personal page, just to message me. However you need to reach us, please. get in touch with us so we can get the process started. Well, thank you again, Gail, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And
God bless y'all.
We will have you back sometime soon, I hope.
Thank you.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, God bless everybody. And if you have any questions, please let us know, and we'll definitely try to help you. But stay blessed, and we hope you have a blessed weekend.
Thank you.